Gallivanting. So, in continuing our road trip / RVing series, we wanted to, and this one is more geared towards road tripping in a car. We wanted to give you our top 10 tips for planning a road trip.
So, number one is, how many days do you have? Meaning, do you have a week? Do you have just a weekend? Just go by how much time you have to go wherever it is you're wanting to go.
And make it back home.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you have that figured out, then you need to figure out where you want to go and what you want to see along the way. So, if you have a 7-day trip and it's going to take 3 days to get there and 3 days back, you really only have a day to see the main whatever. But if you break it up, the driving up and have maybe some evenings, you can see a few other things along the way.
Right. And then number 3 would be plan your route. And, in that, allow yourself enough time to just get off the beaten path. To take routes that, aren't common. Just because you never know what you're going to see. It's just like walking through Europe. You go around a corner and there's something you didn't even know about.
Right.
It can be the same way driving. Just take a different route and take the scenic route.
Yeah, one of the things that we found is, if you take the old U.S. highways rather than interstates, you see all kinds of cool stuff and just interesting and different stuff that you're never going to see on an interstate.
Right.
So, the other thing I would suggest is going ahead and making hotel reservations in advance. There's nothing worse than driving all day and being tired and then trying to figure out where you're going to stay. And, we've had it happen where we've done that, where we were in a hurry to get from, point A to point B and just driving as far as we could. And when we were ready to stop, I don't remember if it was some kind of tournament, some special event was going on in this area we thought we were going to stop in. And we found one room and it was like, $400 for one night for a room that should have been probably less than $100.
Right.
So then we were kind of forced to either spend that money or drive on a little bit further, which is what we chose to do. But, that's just not a fun time.
No.
At all.
And everybody's already cranky from being in the car.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. So if you can, try and divide your days up so you're comfortable with driving whatever it is, 5 or 6 hours a day, kind of plan out what that's going to look like and make those reservations ahead of time.
Right. And then I guess the next one would be if you're going to a popular attraction or just, I guess, maybe any attraction, we would highly recommend getting your tickets in advance. If you have to purchase tickets for whatever it is, I would highly recommend getting them in advance because the last thing you want to do is get there and then not be able to see what you want to see.
Right.
So definitely purchase tickets in advance.
Yes, for sure. The other thing I would say is kind of along those same lines is prioritize what you want to see and do. So kind of have a list of these are our must see or do things. These are our we really like to if we can make it work. And then kind of nice to see or do. That way, when you make your plan, you can always make your plan to do the must-dos first, then try and fit in the we'd really like to, and then the nice-to-dos. And that way, if you do run out of time, you've seen the big things you want to see. And that's actually the same way we plan our trips in Europe as well.
Right.
Just because there's so much to see and do, and you also want to make sure that you allow yourself some downtime to take the scenic route and those sort of things, even in Europe. So, same concept, just make sure that you cover your bases on the big things and then kind of go with the flow on the lesser important things.
Right. And I guess kind of along with that is, plan your days. Plan, maybe not driving more than 5 or 6 hours a day. So that way it allows you time to stop and see the interesting things that, you see a little store or shop along the way and you want to stop and you think, oh, I don't have time for that. Allow yourself that time. make it fun. That's what makes it interesting, is just the, little things along the way.
Absolutely. Yep. And so the other thing, which may be obvious, but we want to make sure you have your car serviced before you take it on a road trip. If the oil needs to be changed, or maybe the tires need to be rotated, or anything like that, just make sure everything is working like it should before you maybe get to an area you're not familiar with, and that would just not be
Safety first.
good for a road trip. That's right. That's right.
And then the most important, I think, of this whole top 10, make sure you have your snacks, your food, your drinks. Just, that makes everybody happy. And yes, I mean, it's kind of crazy times right now, but yes, you can stop and pick up snacks along the way, but you may not find your favorite snack wherever you stop. And there may be one specific road trip snack that you want to take.
That's right.
Make sure you take it. Enjoy it, Road trips are best with good munchies.
They are, and it also, if you take your own snacks, and even, maybe something to make sandwiches with or whatever you like, that keeps you from getting hangry and just stopping at the first fast food restaurant you see. I mean, you can eat at McDonald's at home.
Exactly.
So kind of save your food budget for those must-do places wherever you're going, and then just bring the rest of it.
Right.
And then our number 10 tip is to enjoy. So we hope this has helped you guys kind of thinking about how to plan your road trip. If you got any value from this video, please make sure and give us a thumbs up. Also, don't forget, ring
the bell, dingy dong.
And if you have any other suggestions or tips, leave them in the comments below. We love to get feedback from you guys. And just remember, until next time,
Live your best life.
Bye, y'all.
See ya.